Okay, we're here with Mark Hurst, the technical director for the Main Street Electrical Parade, and he's going to give us a little insider information on how this parade is actually run, because I understand it's a very fascinating process.
It's very unique. We've got a drive unit in every single one of the parades that provides all of our motion to move down the street. And then because the floats are so large, we then have individual casters. If you look underneath Elliot's foot, you're going to see one of our casters. That doesn't have any brain to it, it doesn't have any motor, but it supports the weight and helps us move down the street. Inside Elliot is a driver. Keep an eye out on the street ahead of him, watching our guests enjoying the parade and making sure that Elliot, which has a rather large head swinging out over the front of him and a rather large tail hanging out the back, making sure that he turns those corners. He doesn't bring any of the buildings with him, which if you've ever seen Pete's Dragon, Elliot did take some of the buildings out with him as he was turning the corners and passing the quad. Inside Elliot, we have computer systems that are all linked to different lighting controllers that are very similar to what you can use for your house during the holidays. But when we have them linked, the way we have them programmed, we have the ability to have Elliot turn on, turn off, flutter his lighting. The wings, as you can see up there, are sparkling and twinkling, and that's all factored by the computers that are inside Elliot and controlled by the systems that we have.
It's fascinating. And then I understand you also have a control center that's running like the changes in the music, the positions of the float are presumably being monitored?
We do. In the heart of the park, we have our parade control system that runs audio and sends a signal to every one of these parade floats saying this is the music that you'll be playing, this is when you'll play it, this is when you're going to switch over to the next kind of music. And it also talks to the facades, all of our buildings along the route, so that the music coming out of the building matches the music for the float that's right in front.
That's great. So there's really a lot that goes into running this.
Absolutely. We've spent the last several nights making sure that everything is lined up so that when we go into rehearsals with our cast, everything is perfect for them, so that on June 6th, when this debuts, everything is perfect for you.
Oh, that's great, and I thank you so much for giving our readers that insight.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Thank you. It's Samantha Goodwin, and she's the costumer for the Main Street Electrical Parade, and she's going to give us a little insight on how the parade has changed over the years since 2001 to what you're going to see in Summer Nightastic.
Great, yes. First, we have Tinkerbell. She's brand new to the parade. Blueberry's on the parade right now. She brought with her some of her Page Fairy friends. They're also brand new. We also have the Pleasure Island Boys. They're brand new to the parade. Our clowns, they've taken a leave of absence as well. And our finale unit, we've updated them. We've gone to a more revolutionary look with tricorn hats and red jackets. And our court dancers, of course, we brought them to a more whimsical state from where they were in 2001.
And how do you kind of have a creative process where you're drawing, from a movie like Pinocchio or Tinkerbell's cartoons, and bring that to life in a way that's true to the cartoon, yet also fits in with the parade themes and the parade lighting?
Absolutely. Well, first we sit down with the show director and find out what creative direction they would like to take. We take a look at what the float and the scenic looks like, and then we start bringing in the elements. Because if you're familiar with Pinocchio, the Donkey Boys certainly go through a wide range of phases, from where they just start to grow their ears and tails to where they fully become very mischievous and have become Donkey Boys themselves. So for this, our show director really felt that the beginning transformation was the best use of our character and bring Pinocchio into it. So he's like right on the cusp of deciding whether to be a good little boy or maybe more of a mischievous little boy. So
that's great. And so people will be able to see the costumes since June 6th that the parade debuts?
Absolutely. June 6th is our debut, and it runs through August 14th.
All right. Well, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. Thanks.
Okay. All right. With Ramon Rodriguez of the engineering department, and I understand that basically it's your responsibility to make sure that everything works, so that when the guests see this parade, they see all the floats in good working order, and they really see the magic.
Absolutely, yeah. It's already part of this responsibility to make sure everything's working, and they see all the pixie dust flying around here, like that little swirls right now. That's our pixie dust, and that pixie dust is actually all interconnected between each float. Each float knows what the pixie dust is doing through a system of computer modems, just like you have wireless systems in your house. Each one of these floats has a wireless modem that transmits and receives, and each float knows what each other is doing.
And when you're getting the floats ready, when does that process start each day, and how long does it take to prepare so that when it's parade time, you're ready to go?
That process is a continuing process. It never stops. When we are here, we are always working on these floats. It never stops. It's a continuous process.
And what is the most common maintenance item? Like, would it be lights, or what is it that you spend the most time focusing on for maintenance?
Yeah, since we have over 500,000 lights on these floats, definitely the lights are the number one thing that takes up our time. And then everything else, drive system, you have to check them every day. Just like you have in your car, these floats have brakes. They also have what we call regen braking, regenerative braking, just like you see with hybrid cars. Actually, into the brakes when you get over the gas, so it's actually generating power.
So they're environmentally friendly.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. They have some environmentally friendly issues. I mean, aspects of them. Yeah. So it's an awesome system. It's actually more advanced than anything one would think. It's very advanced.
Yeah, they look simple, like the simple lighting, and it sounds like there's a lot of talking to each other.
It's very, very advanced. Every one of these floats, you can actually plug in a laptop to it, and you program them to do what you want, basically. Program them about speed, minimum speed, program the lights, what the lights do, and everything else. Awesome system.
And you do have a human element of the driver controlling this also, correct?
Yeah, absolutely. Every one of these floats has a driver. This one, we have our captain there on the helm, and on this one here, Mr. Smee, he actually steers that float with the oars. The oars are actually the steering system. So it's pretty neat.
So each one has a kind of integrated into a thematically correct type of thing.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. And then like let's have this on Mr. Smee, he's got the oars. So with one hand he can steer, and the other one he can wave. So it's pretty neat system. Everything has thematic value behind it.
That's great. Well, thank you so much for talking today. Here with Rick Jones, and he's the creative director, and that means that he brings the magic and creativity to the Main Street Electrical Parade in its current incarnation here at Disney World. Can you tell us a little bit about the process of the changes that you made from Disneyland and what people can expect to see in terms of their old favorites and some new things that they might enjoy seeing at it?
Certainly. When we brought this back, we really wanted, to touch the people who know the parade, touch them emotionally, the nostalgic. But on the other hand, it gives us an opportunity to create some new stuff. So if you've seen it before, there's still some surprises in it. So one of the things we brought is the whole Pinocchio unit. This is a unit that was featured at Disneyland, but we never had here at Walt Disney World. So if you've only seen the Main Street Electrical Parade at Walt Disney World, this is a new unit. Something else we've added this year is some places we've added some LED technology in addition to the traditional lighting. This is really to help tie into our new opening week with the Tinkerbell. As she makes her way down the street, she throws out her pixie dust and enchants the parade, and then her trail of pixie dust actually travels the entire middle of the parade.
Nice. So basically what you've done is take the old and put in some new, so there's going to be something for people who love the original incarnation and something to draw them in so they can see what you've done with the new technology and how that adds to it.
Sure, something for everybody. If you've seen it before, it's going to bring back memories and emotional connection with it. If you've never seen it before, you brought your kids here, it's an opportunity for them to have some brand new memories and experience it themselves.
All right, well, thank you so much for speaking with us.
My pleasure.
Thanks.